Hello everyone, this is Aries Moon Girl and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about the predictions for the month of November. In case you are watching this video while it's launched, today is the 2nd of November, so already I missed one day, so the first day of the month, which was a very important day. It was a new moon in Scorpio to kick off the theme of the month. So before going into each individual sign, I want to talk about what it means for the collective, what this November Scorpionic moon means for all of us. And because a lot of important things are happening in the world, we have elections in the US, but we have elections in many places of the world. Maybe the US ones are the ones that are more in the focus and also a lot impacting the whole world. So I'm going to talk a bit about what I see in the skies with regards to this, and then generally what you will be sensing throughout the month. I'm just looking at the top events for this month, and then going through each one of the signs, looking at Aries to Pisces, how this will influence your month and how the month is gonna impact you on an individual personal level. So without further ado, let's go into the prediction for everyone. As I mentioned, on the 1st of November, we have the new moon in Scorpio. The new moon in Scorpio that's also trining Saturn in Pisces. It's actually, November is the Scorpio month, and having a new moon right to kick off the month is very accurate for the energies of the month. At the same time, this is a good moment to kind of go within. Scorpio is about going to the core, going to the essence, introspection, really deep. If you go to your, to your gut feel, to your belly feel, this is the type of wishing that you should be doing on the 1st of the month when we're talking about the Scorpio new moon. This is not the rational type of feeling. This is the gut. This is the core. This is the know it in your bones type of wishing that you should be doing on the 1st. And with Saturn there, you have to base it in reality, and Saturn is there to actually support it and support it to come to reality. Because I'm a Pisces myself, I felt this yesterday as a very positive thing. Also, another thing which I heard some other astrologers saying, but I think is very true, is that the veil is kind of getting thinner. So the veil between us and divinity, or between us and other entities, is getting thinner in this case. So this means that we can perceive more, we can understand more, so we can feel more also. That intuition becomes a lot stronger when we're talking about water signs. And we are talking about water signs. It's a month really focused on water signs, because we have Mars still in Cancer when we kick off the month. We have Neptune in Pisces, and we have Saturn in Pisces, and we have a lot of planets going through Scorpio because we're in Scorpio season. So it's a month where you need to feel your feelings, where you need to go within, where you need to express yourself from within, and if you're making a wish, it needs to be a wish from your core and from your essence. On the 2nd of the month, so today when I'm making this video, Mercury is also trining Mars. So Mercury in Scorpio is trining the Mars in Cancer, which is a kind of a good omen, because I'm going to talk to you about what's coming afterwards. At the same time, Mercury is sextiling Pluto in Capricorn. So Mercury kind of gives positive influences to these water signs. Why I'm saying this is a good sign, because today, tomorrow, and even on the 4th, so I think it starts with tomorrow, we're going to have a strong opposition between Mars and Pluto. and this is in line with the elections that I was talking about. Pluto is in the sign of establishment. Capricorn is the sign of all the establishment, of what we know society to be like, of the rules that we've been living through forever now, and the rulership that we've been under forever now. And when we get opposition from Mars, where Mars is kind of debilitated there, so we can get emotional, we can get feel some injustice and kind of rebel and attack and like really be aggressive or stubborn. So it's a clash of forces, but also from an emotional place against establishment. So if you want me to talk about elections, the elections are happening exactly on this type of placement, on this type of event. So when we have Pluto with Mars in such a strong clash there, and we're getting emotional, while the establishment actually, which has Pluto retrograde, it's nearing the end, because Pluto, although it went back into Capricorn, sorry, it's not retrograde anymore, it went back into Capricorn, now it's getting ready to leave and never come back. So what we are going to see is the results that we're going to go through are predictable in a way. So they have to do with the old establishment that we kind of know. I don't want to say which side or what this refers to. This is what the people will perceive. Like, the people will perceive this, and they will perceive it very emotional. So what the danger is here is that they will react emotional, is that there will be rebellions, there will be a type of going to the street and not agreeing with it, or there will be a power of clashes between the two opposing forces, between the two opposing parties, which will affect the people and will affect their emotional well-being. So this is not going to be a quiet election. This is going to be a very intense, powerful election. At the same time, and we've seen this unfortunately also going on in Spain. We've been seeing this since we had the full moon in Pisces in September throughout Europe, then America as well. And now the latest, because Mars clashing with Pluto, but also all this water energy, we're seeing a lot of flooding, a lot of tornadoes, a lot of casualties because of the water. So we're drowning in emotions, but we're also drowning physically. That's the danger with this Mars in Cancer. So you will be happy to hear that at least on the 3rd, so after the 3rd, the 4th, Mars will start slowly, easy transferring into Leo. And once it's going into Leo, this clash of the titans will start to loosen. But that's going to be after the event that I mentioned. So in these times, generally throughout the month, I wouldn't say that it's, I think that the worst is behind us in terms of water events. And so I think that the worst that could have happened is behind us, and is gonna start to dilute, and we are gonna not have any more dangers there. But at the same time, I feel that the beginning of the week is gonna start with a strong energy with our emotions, strong energy against these events, strong energy also for the catastrophes that are going on throughout the world. And I'm really thinking of Spain here, and what we've been going through there. Okay, so going into next week, after Mars goes through Leo, things will settle down a bit until the mid of the month, when we'll see. So Capricorn has been having a hard 18 years. So we'll see Venus going into Capricorn, we'll see Saturn going direct, and we're going to prepare for Pluto to leave Capricorn. So I'm not going into the individual signs yet, but definitely this is a savior for anyone that hears this and is a Capricorn. This is going to be really, really good for the individuals of Capricorns, but also this is going to be really good for us as a collective in terms of the power that's put, the pressure that's put on the ruling power. So this is the time where we're going to take our power back. On the 19th, Pluto goes into Aquarius. These are the last days when we have Pluto in Capricorn. These are the last days where the power is out of our hands. The power will come to the people, Aquarius' people. And that, in my opinion, can also be a sign of revolutions. It can also be a sign of people rebelling. It can also be a sign of people taking their power back. So there might be a clash also here. And where this Mars-Pluto opposition will still be coming back throughout the next month. So this is just the start. But definitely, what's happening at the beginning of the month is the last time this is happening. The last time we feel the establishment is winning, the last time. And from there, people are going to start changing their minds. People are going to start rebelling. People are going to start shaking up things. We also have a full moon in Taurus on the 15th. This is going to be a very impactful full moon. It's happening at the same time when Saturn goes direct. So again, before we were talking about water, now I'm going to talk about water and earth. This full moon can also cause earthquakes or things that have to do with the ground moving. So, but at the same time, this full moon can just work together with the elements that I was talking about before, kind of to bring a bit more balance. I don't think the full moon in Taurus is going to be a peaceful one because it's close to Uranus. So again, ground shaking, revolutions, moving things. But at the same time, because it's in Taurus, it gives you a ground to stand on. So if you're starting a revolution, you actually have a ground to stand on because you are going to be the one coming out on top of it. So I don't want to predict mass demonstrations or things like that, but it's kind of written in the sky that there will be some mass demonstrations. It's just the question of, are they powerful enough to make a change? And this type of placement tells me that they are. This is the beginning of something new. This is the beginning of taking back power in a way or the other. Then towards the end of the month, we'll see the Sun moving in Sagittarius. Mercury will also go retrograde in Sagittarius. But at the end of the month, when we're looking into many planets leaving Scorpio, moving into Sagittarius, then the Pluto has moved into Aquarius as well. This is where things start to change. So we've been going through earth and water for the past months, and that's been like the last goodbye of earth and water signs. We're preparing to go into the next year with a lot of new air and fire placements, so masculine. So from the feminine principles, we're moving to the masculine principles. And this is kind of the last time you're going to see the world as it is. That's all I can say about this. The last time where the world is going to be as it is, things are starting to reconfigure. It's not necessarily in a bad way. It can be in a good way. And this month can also be a good opportunity for you to still go within before we're moving into an era of more action. This month is an opportunity for you to deal with your emotions. It's what we need to learn is to work with those emotions to produce something positive on the outside. So as long as they are destroying us from the inside, as long as we're just letting rage out or so and not working it in a productive way, this is not going to help us. So this is the last chance to like work through those emotions. You still have Saturn in Pisces for a while. We'll still have Neptune, will still have, so there's still influences and we'll still have a bit of more time, but we're preparing like to enter a whole new world, and the world is going to be different from now. I think we had a very safe, cohesive type of world with water and earth in a way. And we're gonna head into a more innovative, expressive on the outside, masculine world in a way. Although not necessarily masculine in the traditional world, it can be also through females that are taking more power on the outside, but it's taking more power in the future. But until then, we're here, and now it's about going within, working with the energies of Scorpio. This is Scorpio month. And then from there, actually heading into Sagittarius, beautiful, lovely energy of, heading into the Christmas spirit and all of that. So the beginning of the month, be careful of the powerful energies. Don't explode, work with your feelings. And we'll see if there's any rebellion or not, if I was right or not. We'll see it next month in my next prediction. Okay, going into the individual signs, and we're gonna kickstart with Aries. As everyone does. I think it's a bit of a discrimination, but what can we do? Okay, then going into the individual monthly prediction, and we're gonna kickstart with Aries. Aries, for you, this new moon is happening in your 8th house, the house of income from spouses, income from banks, investments. So if you want to put a wish that has to do with money or other people's money, this is a good opportunity to do so. Also, November, when a lot of planets are in Scorpio, is another good month to do this. Towards the end of the month, there will be more focus on career. But I think for you, the good news is that Pluto is going to be out of Capricorn, and also that Mars is going to be out of Cancer, because the cardinal signs have been suffering. The cardinal signs have been going through it and have been feeling it so intensely. So when this eases off and the pressure is off you for good, all the 18 years of struggles for you more in the career sector will be over. And also your home struggles that you've been going through this past 2 months or so are gonna get better. You're gonna feel relief. You can, if you've been doing house renovations or things like that, this is gonna come to an end. So a stone is taken from you, off your back. Then Saturn goes direct in your 12th house. Pluto in Aquarius is actually going into your 11th house, which means that this is actually one of the transits which I had for the past 18 years. And I think this is one of the best houses where you can have Pluto, because Pluto is influence, Pluto is power, and 11th house is friends. So influential people, influential networks, changes within your circles of groups of influence, of friends. But also this is the house of biggest wishes coming true. So this is a time for you to really take the benefits of what you've been working on for the past 18 years, and you'll be feeling a lot better all of the sudden, and you'll be having time to put that energy of yours into your biggest plans, and you'll have a lot of support coming from friends and from close ones. You still have Chiron there, you still have North Node, so there's still inner work. You've been doing inner work for a few years now, and there's still inner work that you're doing, but this is actually a very good month for Aries. After a long time, it's a good month for Aries. And when the Sun moves in Sagittarius, this is going to be even more productive for you. When Mars moves in Leo, you're going to have productive influences coming from there also for your creativity, but maybe also working with kids. So it's a time to start new projects. It's a time to make new wishes, make new friends, join new groups. It's actually a very good month for you after a long time. Okay, Taurus. And for you this month focuses a lot on the 7th house, which is the house of your partners, business partners, life partners. Also, the new moon is there, so it can kickstart partnerships, it can kickstart relationships, it can kickstart new beginnings in love. You are focused on communicating with others. A lot of planets are in very communicative houses. So when this month starts, so Mars is in the 3rd house still. It's gonna move in the 4th. So then you're gonna start focusing on the house matters. But for the beginning of the month, it's good to start with some very productive discussions with partners, with friends. Then, as I said, Mars is going to move into the 4th house, and you are going to have to start working a bit more on your home life. We also have a full moon in Taurus on the 15th, while the Saturn also goes direct. Saturn is in your 11th house, and the full moon in Taurus happening at the same time while Saturn goes direct makes me feel that I can visualize a businessman that has very influential business deals to finalize then. So coming from friends, from your networks. You're coming to a culmination point in your business life, because I said 7th house is business partners as well. So if you are into business, this is the month where some deals will be concluded. This is the month where things will come to an end, good or bad. I cannot talk about that, but you'll also feel the fruits of your labor. It's kind of the ending month of the chapter that was before, and we're gonna start a whole new chapter, already starting with the end of the month and with December. But we're closing the chapter. And also for you, the chapter with Pluto, which was in the 9th house, which had to do a lot with your travels, your beliefs, your higher learning, big trips that you've been taking, more with your belief system. I think your belief system was very challenged throughout the past 18 years. Now you're ready to let go of that also. It's been cleared. You now know what you didn't know when this started, but now you know. Now you know it way better, and now you're ready for a whole new chapter of your life. Yeah, so towards the end of the month, focus on work, focusing on your house. From the first of the month is a lot more about the others and communicating, and heading towards the end of the month where you might just want to stay more at home after your business deals have concluded and get ready for Christmas time or things like that. You're starting to become more private after a very busy start to this month. But yeah, all in all, everything is closing. The circle is closing. Think of things that you want to finalize in the first half of the month. Gemini. You are actually not doing that bad. You're doing pretty okay. Although Jupiter has turned retrograde in your first house. So whatever luck, whatever plans you had of succeeding, of getting on top of everything, are now a bit slowed down. And if they are going to come to you, they are going to come to you later on, or not without obstacles. Also, this is a very challenging time in terms of your health, maybe. because there's a lot of planets in the sixth house. But also, if it's not health, it's duties. You have a lot to do, so you're working a lot. You were hoping, oh, I'm gonna get this easy, and it turns out, oh no, I'm gonna really have to work hard for it. And then in the second half of the month, a lot of planets are moving into your seventh house, and it's gonna be a lot about other people, your partners, business partners. So you're having a very busy month. Saturn is in your 10th house in this case. Yeah, Saturn is in your 10th house, as I mentioned, and it's going direct, which is good. It means that all the slowing down that I mentioned is starting to kick off a bit. So Saturn is going to help you push things, but the word is push. So if you're hoping to manifest like this, it's not. It's going to be a push. It's going to be a lot of work put through for your career, for your image in the world, for you accomplishing what you want to accomplish. And I think all in all, a very hectic month. You can get it through. There's enough support for you there, especially when Pluto also moves into Aquarius in the 9th. It's a type of support that is not the easiest of supports, but it's going to give you that belief. It's going to give you that strong power to go through it. I think for Gemini, it's going to be a very, very powerful month, but very busy. So be careful not to be exhausted at the end of it. Be careful not to be drained. If you want to travel, you can travel. You can start traveling. That's going to help and transform a lot. And yeah, just keep pushing and things will turn out okay for you. Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you're off the hook. You are off the hook. You were in a very emotional state for the past 2 months or so. And now you're almost off the hook. Excuse me. Actually, first you're going to have to go through it. So Mars in your sign is going to oppose Pluto in Capricorn for the very last time in our lifetimes. So this is the last power struggle that you're going to have with a partner, the last power struggle that you're going to have with business associates, the last power struggle that you're going to have with your significant other, to this degree of the Pluto explosive, powerful energy. You have been doing a lot. You've been really active. You've been really emotional. You've been really challenged. And this is going to quiet down a bit. You're going to focus on your money, your work, but you're going to be less emotional yourself. Money is going to be in the main focus, starting with more the mid of the month. And maybe you want to travel. Saturn will turn direct, so anything that was holding you back, because I think you felt like kind of in a gridlock with explosive energies, but there was nowhere to go, so you needed to deal with it on your own. So this has impacted you emotionally. When we have Mars on our sign, we need to move, we need to do stuff, we need to explode that energy. And if you haven't been able to do so, you can do so now. Yeah, I think Pluto is also moving into a house that's going to be way better for you. Pluto belongs to the 8th house. You're going to be more focused on the internal side, but not having so many issues with partnerships that you've been having for the past 18 years. So anyone with a Cancer rising or Cancer, even Cancer moon, has been going through it with partners, and now it's the time to take the pressure of it. Yeah, I think it's an overall pretty good sign that things will transform for you. Be careful, Mars is still gonna come back. You're still gonna feel it, but for the moment, I think you're you're a bit off the hook. If you can survive this first week of the month without exploding with your partner, then you can go about your life and focus on your money. Leo. Okay, Leo, so you've been focusing on your subconscious mind a lot. You've been feeling stuff. Also, your health might not have been great. You might have felt dealing with stuff like that's what you've been going through in the background of your mind, or at work, or like just dealing with stuff like all 6th house and 12th house. So with internal small stuff, or 6th house stuff, which has to do with your duties, responsibilities, pets, health, all of this, like errands. And things are going to move a lot more into your power. So Mars is going to move in your sign. And Mars actually, in my opinion, does well in Leo. I find that Mars in Leo can be even more powerful than in Aries, because you've noticed a lot more of it. So Mars in Leo will give you more physical energy. You need to be careful of accidents or things that have to do with cuts and things like that. But otherwise, you're going to be a lot more energetic. You're going to feel the life force. After dealing with so much in the background of your head, you're like, oh, finally I can focus on something and do something about it. But also Pluto is going to move into your partnership house. So now that you have more energy, you might have more time, or more, you went to action now, you might have more issues with a partner, issues with business partners. You might enter direct conflict. Until now, it was all in the back of your head and you're doing the routine. Now it's going to be more front-on attack. So be careful about this. The energies in Sagittarius are good. So happiness coming from kids or creativity. Be careful of the Mercury retrograde also there, but maybe you can go back and work on your creative projects again. I think the biggest thing for you, though, to keep in mind is that Pluto is going to transform all the partnerships in your life over the next 20 years. So once we're aware of this, once we're aware that the fixed signs are coming to power, fixed signs are coming into power, but also coming under power, because Pluto is a power struggle. So be careful of how you deal with others during this Mars-Pluto period. Don't be too aggressive, but at the same time, don't let yourself be overwhelmed. Some things will just transform in your life and you'll see what that is. But hopefully it's nothing major, and it's actually, Pluto usually cleans house, like it's a good cleaner. And it's gonna do some things there. You're gonna start noticing them slowly. It's not gonna be like Mars, but be careful while you have Mars, because you might precipitate them. But in the end, it's gonna transform that house, and you're gonna have a clean 7th house partnership house. That's what Pluto does when it goes there. Actually, I find Pluto is kind of the recycling bin, and Scorpio, in my opinion, is the recycling bin. It takes negative in and spits it out and leaves it clean, leaves nothing there. If no one told you this perspective about Pluto before, you got it. That's it. I'm promising you. If you start looking like as a recycling being to Pluto, then you will start liking it, because you will see actually it takes the negative stuff and it transforms it into something that's digestible that we can deal with, or it just eliminates it. Yeah, so let's go to the next sign. Virgo, you've been doing okay since Black Moon Lilith left your sign, and it's in the 2nd house. Maybe not financially so well, but at the same time you've been doing okay there. But Saturn is still in your 7th house, so partnerships have been hard for a year or so. Like you've been struggling really on this partnership side. At least physically you're feeling a bit better. And also for the past 18 years, you had a focus on kids, on creativity, but mostly on kids. So Virgos have been dealing with their kids a lot. This is gonna change now. We're gonna start shifting the energy. Pluto is going to go into your 6th house. So that focus on creativity or kids or so is gonna go more towards daily routines, health checks, just day-to-day things, routine at work. And your focus also from the 11th house of friendships. Maybe you were traveling this summer, you were out and about and things were happening for you. It's going to go into the 12th house. So I feel like for you it's going to be a lot more like introspection. So after all of this, after the partnerships trouble, maybe you're going to have a bit of introspection. Okay, what do I need to do with myself subconsciously? What do I need to routines? What do I need to implement in my life to make things function well? You're going to have a focus on communication at the end of the month and at the beginning of the month. So you can communicate about this. You can write task lists and goals and things, to-do lists. Very, very Virgo style. And then towards the end of the month, you can start getting into the Christmas spirit. You can start feeling those Sagittarius vibes in the 4th house and be more social with friends at home, maybe entertain. I think for Virgo is what I said for Leo before. It's a time to deal with stuff in the background. It's not a big scene time for you. So you're dealing with your stuff in the background. You're not the main actor, but also you're not the main sufferer. So this is a good time to just sort out stuff in the background and get on with your home plans and any nice Christmas plans that you might have towards the end of the month. Libra. Well, Libra, I didn't mention this for the other signs, but we all know that we have Black Moon Lilith and we have the South Node in Libra. So you're not going through the easiest of times. Also, you had Pluto in your 4th house for a while now. So you've been dealing with family drama, family trauma, family cleanup, house things. The good news is that Pluto is moving into your 5th house of creativity, of having kids, of fun. I think for you the lesson was you had a lot of lessons throughout these 18 years, but recently you had a lot of lessons that have to do also with partnerships, with Chiron in Aries and with the North Node there. So Libras have been, and I dare say this, I hear the alarms outside, so maybe I shouldn't say it, but if you look at the political leaders that are most influential at the time, and not in a very positive way, you will see that they are Libras at the moment. So Libras have been a bit in the wrong over the past 2 or 3 years. While Chiron was in their opposite sign, they've been healing some wrongs in their enemies' partnerships, but it's hard to say because on the one hand they are right through healing some of that, but wrong in the way they are doing it. And I feel that Libras, of course, not every Libra is on the world stage leading two of the most important countries that are in conflict at the moment, but 2 people that are in conflict at the moment are on the world stage are Libras. So I would say, an important thing to learn is that you're not always right. The other might be right. You might not be right. And usually Libras have this back and forth understanding. But the big lesson was the other might be right. And you need to step a bit back from your ego. It's not a good time for your ego. Because South Node and Black Moon Lilith, no positive thing can come from your own issue. It's coming from understanding the other, from working with the other. So Libras, slowly getting there, slowly understanding. It's gonna help you when you're not gonna feel the Pluto pressure anymore in the cardinal signs. You're gonna have a revelation and you're gonna be like, oh, there's more beautiful things in life that I could be doing with my life once Aquarius moves in, Pluto moves into Aquarius. That's a good sign. But it's a time, I think, Sagittarius, end of the month, you can communicate, talk to friends. It can become a time of healing, you know, like you've been trying to heal, but in the healing process, you're kind of being rejecting it. So now healing will settle in because the cardinal pressure is not going to be on you, and you're going to feel slowly getting there, slowly getting better, slowly having pressure off of you. Mars in Leo, again, friendship, networks, partnerships, communicating. Good friends are gonna come to your aid. You're gonna have friendships that are now kind of getting you out of a rut. And the 5th house, the 11th house, these are gonna be positive signs for you. So start working with people, start networking, start enjoying life, and things will get a lot easier for you. Scorpio, you're the star of the show. This is your month. Happy birthdays to all Scorpios. The month kickstarts with you making a wish upon a star, new moon in your sign. You can decide to reconfigure yourself. You can decide to become a new person. Big flag though, because I've noticed this. I told you I watched world events. Last time when Pluto moved in Aquarius, I saw a lot of Scorpios having trouble. Scorpios feel this Pluto movements a lot because it's their sign. And because it's moving into a whole new sign, which is a fixed sign, so it's like squaring your own sign, things will need to change. Capricorn is kind of a friendly sign to yours. You have a good vibe with Capricorn. You have a lot of support there. You have a lot of support there to take on your power, to be in your power. And when it moves to the 4th house in Aquarius, you might still start feeling a bit more powerless, or a bit more, things at home might start not feeling so great. You're going through something, so that's something to watch for. But this might be in the background. We have 20 years to look at it. Just flagging that you liked Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto in Aquarius is going to be a shift of power. And Scorpio doesn't like any shifts of power. And also, again, for all the fixed signs, be careful because these energies are in your sign, so in squares to your sign. At the same time, this is a good month for you. You have a lot of positive aspects coming from Pisces. Both Saturn and Neptune are making nice trines. Also Mars at the beginning of the month. You have a lot of energy on you, and each time is our birthday month. You know, like each sign goes through the spotlight, and you're going through the spotlight at the beginning of the month. So enjoy that until Pluto moves into Aquarius. So definitely the beginning of the month is more about you. In the second half, you can start focusing on your career. You can also start focusing a bit on family matters. So I told you it's 20 years to think about it, but yeah, your home is going to become more central for you over the next years, your family of origins. Yeah, but Venus is going to go into Capricorn, so communication with friends towards the end of the month. Yeah, make the most of the first half, I would say. Make a wish upon your star. Tap into your intuition. It's a big intuition month, and it's under your efforts, under your benefits. Oh yeah, and the full moon in Taurus on the 15th, when Saturn also goes direct. That's in your partnership house. So if something comes to a conclusion with your partners, maybe it can be business partners, it can be marriage partners, it can be law, justice things. Something comes to a conclusion, something comes to an end, and it gives a resolution there. It might not be the best resolution, but at least is like, that culmination point, and then we can start focusing on other things. Yeah, I think a neutral month, better in the first half, not so great in the second half for you. So enjoy the first half as much as you can, and happy birthday to all Scorpios out there. Yeah, Sagittarius. For you is the opposite, of course. The second half is going to be better than the first half, but already we have a Venus in Sagittarius, so you might be feeling in a party mood, you might be looking good. Sun is going to go there towards the end of the month. For you, you've been having a lot of focus on the financial issues in your life for the past 18 years. When Pluto now moves into Aquarius, we can talk about communication, businesses, social media, networks, different other type of things, which are way easier than the second house, than focusing on money and work. And so that's a good sign for you towards the end of the month. You're gonna have Mercury retrograde in your sign towards the end of the month also, so you just need to be careful about going back on topics and correcting things that you might not have done so great at the beginning of the month. You get another chance to sort them out. So it's not, I don't find Mercury retrograde such a bad thing. I actually find it a good sign. Be careful on your health with this full moon in Taurus, and also home life. It's not been the easiest since Saturn is in your 4th house in Pisces, but at least things are turning direct, so the energy is moving forward. You can start sorting out some issues there. Yeah, so I think for you, things are gonna get better. Second half of the month, you just need to focus on your health, to focus on your home. And then actually the good news is Aquarius is a friendly sign to you, so Pluto there is going to be benefic for the next 20 years, so we're heading to good times. Capricorn, my lovely Capricorns. I'm saying my lovely because actually I'm really happy for you. So Pluto is out. This month is the last month you have to go through Pluto. We're over. You've done your sentence. You paid your dues. You cleaned up house. Your personality is spot on now. You cleaned everything there was to clean about you. You did everything that you needed to do. You went through it. And now you're coming out the other side, and it's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be all right. Also, Mars is moving sign, so partnership struggles. I know Capricorns have been dealing with a lot, and still be careful for the beginning of the month. So now, tomorrow, Monday, with the opposition between Pluto and Mars, be careful. Don't do any business deals. Don't, especially because Mercury is gonna turn retrograde in the second half. Don't have any power struggles with friends. Try to step back, go to sleep until this is over. And from the mid of the month, you can go out of the house and it will all be good again, I promise. But the good news is, I said it in my intro video, things are gonna look so much better once the mid of the month is there. And life will change for everyone, but life will change for you immensely. Saturn goes direct in Pisces, so your ruler is also not retrograde. Pluto goes out of Capricorn, and then Venus goes in Capricorn. So you're gonna start living the life. You're gonna start getting the reward that you worked hard for, like a Capricorn that you are. And life is never gonna be the same again. Life is never gonna be that hard again as it was. Or maybe you enjoyed it, but it's just gonna get better. You're just gonna focus more on work and making money, but at least you're not gonna be constantly challenged on your personal issues, on your own person. Yeah, I think very good news for Capricorn for the end of the month. Very cautious news for this week. So stay in, stay strong, don't freak out, don't flip out, don't burst out. And things are gonna be all okay. Aquarius, yeah, so for you, Pluto is heading back into your sign, and you had a bit of a taste of it in the beginning of this year. You had a bit of the taste of it in the beginning of last year, so from March to June. You know what's to come, and you know it's gonna shake you up. You know it's gonna change everything for you. You've seen a bit of dipping in the toes in, and how things have started. You went into the spinning machine, things have started changing. Well, there's no way out but through the recycling bin, through the cleaners. Our egos need to go through these challenges in order to transform, come out stronger, come out better. And like you do with pressure stones, under pressure you form them into diamonds. So that's what Pluto does, and that's what's been happening a bit at the beginning of this year. We're gonna go back through that. So that's from the mid of the month. This energy is in Scorpio. You might be feeling it in your 10th house. So you at work, you might feel the focus at work. You've been focusing on work. In the second half also, it's a good time to connect with powerful friends, connect with friends, have influence from them, like help with these Pluto transitions. Yeah, I think overall for you, it's all gonna be just the beginning of a very new era, just the beginning of a transformative time. This month I can talk about it a bit, so it's work, and then it's friends, and then it's going out, but you're gonna start feeling different, and you're gonna start feeling the transformation that's going on within you. And if you enjoyed the beginning of this year, if you noticed that there were some things that were set in motion, and maybe they stopped a bit, and now you're waiting. Now they're like the motion will start, and it will take off. Yeah, I think for Aquarius, I'm gonna go a bit more into Pluto in Aquarius in a separate video, but for now, that's all you need to know. And yeah, I think focusing on your career, focusing on your money, focusing on your friends, this is all you need to do for this month, and let Pluto lead you into the way of change. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, the good news is Saturn is turning direct. The bad news is Saturn is still in Pisces, but we're gonna survive it. Other people survive Pluto, we're gonna survive Saturn. So anyone that's been going through Saturn since last year, you might have noticed life was hard. Life is hard, things are not easy. Physical body might be strained, you might feel burdened, bones hurt, tooth hurts, things things have to do with Saturn might have made things not as great. Maybe at work, you know, like you have loads more responsibility, loads of things to do. Life is not easy, things are not flowing like that. But because Saturn has been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, especially if you're in the first half of the Pisces, so the first, I don't know, maybe 15 days or so, you're gonna feel like, okay, things are easing off, things are getting easier. If you're at the end, then you're gonna start feeling it more coming towards you now. But the thing with Saturn is not your enemy. Saturn just teaches you discipline. Saturn just teaches you routine. Saturn just puts boundaries on a Pisces that has no boundaries, no routine. So it's a good time to get things in order for you. And Pluto is going to go into your 12th house, which is not that bad for a Pisces, to be honest, because people are like, oh, 12th house Pluto. But we are Pisces. We are the 12th house. So you're just going to be able to tap into your intuition a lot more, to tap into your subconscious. You're going to be able to clean house in your subconscious. You might feel the pressure, though. You might feel like, oh my God, this is a lot. The pressure from the outside from Saturn and the pressure from the inside from Pluto. So you might feel, oh, dealing with all of it at once. But it's going to slowly clean stuff. You're getting prepared for the next 20 years to get to a better you. By the time Pluto gets into your sign, you're going to be all cleaned out and ready for your next improved version. So anything that's in your subconscious that's draining you down, any garbage that you have there and you need to take out, this is going to help you with addictions, help you with everything that's on there. This is a month that you get a lot of support from the Scorpio planet. So if you're traveling at the beginning of the month, is great. It's a great time for traveling. It's a great time to make a wish, because it's the 9th house, the house of beliefs. Believe in your wish. It's a great time to also focus on your career towards the end of the month with Sagittarius there, but also be careful because Mercury is turning back, so you might need to review a few things on your career and things like that. One thing is, with Pluto in the 11th house, over the past 18 years, we've been going through a lot of changes in your network, groups, friends, influences. Like you've been, like getting a lot of people in your life, people that are changing your life, because that's what networking is. Now it's going to be a lot more about you. It's going to be a lot more solitary, and Saturn has prepared you a bit about this. But Pluto also in the 12th house, you want to be more within yourself, understand things for yourself, analyze them for yourself, and then get to conclusions by yourself. So it's a time where we're transitioning from a very hectic outside time to a more Piscean inward world. But not necessarily this month. I'm just talking about the next 20 years. For this month, you can travel, and you need to focus on work and actually get some recognition also in the world, get some recognition at work. Focus on your money still, focus on your self-worth. Aries is there, Chiron is there. He's been working on your self-worth for a while now. He's been working on your self-worth and how you create money with it. Start using Pluto also to understand that and to propulse you into the next level of wealth and the next level of enlightenment, in a way, the next level in life. If you're a Pisces, I hope you get that. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to see specific videos, please let me know down below. Also, let me know if these videos of predictions are helpful and you would like more of them or less of them. I could be doing weekly predictions as well. I feel that in this time we need to talk more about what's happening in the world, because there's a lot happening, and if we don't understand the stars, we don't know why this is happening, but if you understand the stars, you are a bit more prepared of what's to come. Until next time, I'm Aries Moon Girl. I care about the stars, but most of all, I care about you, and this is why I do these videos. Bye bye.